Hey, what's up YouTubers, and welcome back to part 2 of my Code Red Blu-ray and DVD collection overview. We will be doing Shelf 2 today, which will consist of these titles here. If you guys have any questions about any of these titles, please feel free to leave a comment below. Somebody noticed in my first video, the first shelf, that a lot of these are still sealed. And that's not because I'm trying to keep them sealed for collector's purposes. It's just that I don't open my movies until I watch them. Most of these I have seen before. Some of them I have not seen ever. And I keep them sealed until I watch them. I have so many movies to watch. It's impossible for me to watch all the movies right away, and I'm in no hurry to watch them all. I mean, these are movies that are going to be in my collection for years and years. So that's why you'll see some of these are still sealed. But let's get into the collection here with the first title, spine number 62. This one is called Nightfall, Isaac Asimov's Nightfall. And this is a 2K scan with the original interpositive. You do get some interviews. It is a film from 1988. Approximately 80 minutes running time. It is all region. Next one is called Acapulco Gold. For some reason that didn't want to come out. It was number 63 on the spine. It is a movie from 1976. It's all region. Approximately 91 minutes running time. Next one is called Mardi Gras Massacre. Like a low budget slasher film. And this one is you get a new high definition scan. And you get an introduction with host Maria. And this is a film from 1978, 97 minutes, all region. This is a decent film right here. It's a pretty good spaghetti western. This is called A Long Ride from Hell. Steve Reeves, from Hercules fame, is the lead gunslinger in this film. From 1969. Approximately 91 minutes running time. You get a new 2K scan. It looks really good. And it's a pretty fun watch. It's pretty violent. This is the 40th anniversary edition. Next one is a twin billing of Sasquatch and Encounter with the Unknown, which was narrated by Rod Serling of the Twilight Zone. And these are both pretty good films. I enjoyed them both. They have a combined running time of 184 minutes, and that is 94 minutes for Sasquatch and 90 minutes for Encounter with the Unknown. They're both from 1975. And they're both mastered in high definition. Spine number 68 is called Stigma with Philip Michael Thomas from Miami Vice. There you can see him on the left. Get some audio commentary. Actually some pretty good features on here. You get a featurette called I Drink Your Germs with director David E. Durston. You get a 2K scan of the film. Film from 1972. 95 minutes running time. Here's a film I enjoyed. This is called Black Candles. It is still sealed, but I did see this. I saw the movie, and it's a movie from 1982, all region, and 82 minutes running time. Satanic sexual erotica type film. Next one is called Necromancy, starring Orson Welles. Wisconsin's own Orson Welles. He was born in Kenosha, about 20 minutes away from where I live. There's Orson right there. And of course, he had a long history with Hollywood as an actor and a producer, writer, director. He died and he's buried in Spain right now. It's filmed from 1972, 82 minutes running time. Next one is called Headhunter, Black Magic, Pure Terror, 2K scan, film from 1988. Running minutes, approximately 88 minutes, and it is all region. It's a voodoo demon type movie. Here is Soul Survivor, which was put out on DVD by Scorpion, and Code Red put it out on Blu-ray. And this is kind of an early precursor to the what was the name of that series now? Final Destination. This came out in I think it was the early 80s. It doesn't say on the back. I would have to double check that, but it's running time 85 minutes. It is region A only. Same type of a film as the Final Destination franchise. People cheating death trying to get them back. Here's a voodoo blood ritual type movie called Lord Shango, and this is spine number 73. Film from 1974, 95 minutes running time. It is region A. Here's a sex comedy called Hot Moves, spine number 74. And it is a film from, I believe it was the early 80s. Anamorphic widescreen, 81 minutes, and all region. You do get some special features there. And you can see lots of pretty girls in their bikinis. Spine 75 is Mission Kill. Cameron Mitchell is in this one. Film from 1987. 98 minutes running time, all region. Action film. Spine number 76 is Moonshine, County Express, starring John Saxon there. And Claudia Jennings is in this one as well. William Conrad. Maureen McCormick, who played Marsha Brady, is in here. And this is kind of a low-budget Cannonball Run type film. You can see Marsha Brady, and there's John Saxon. There's Claudia Jennings. Film from 1976, all region, 95 minutes running time. Spine number 77 is called Caged Men. Here you get some fun facts. It says Mickey Rooney was originally cast in the film but left as soon as he arrived on set. Paul Kellman will later star as the lead in the 1981 horror film My Bloody Valentine, classic. Some of the film funding came from Canadian fur traders. Wow. Alan Alper later reused some of the music score for the 75 classic The Black Gestapo. You get a 2K scan of the film. It's hosted by Maria Kanellis right there. Very lovely Maria. The film is from 1971. 91 minutes running time. And it is all region. Next one is Spine 78, and this one is called Simon, King of the Witches, starring Andrew Prine. It's another kind of a satanic, black magic, voodoo type film. These were very popular in the 70s, and this is a film from 71. This is code red in conjunction with Shout Factory. It is region A and 99 minutes running time. Spine number 79 is Mutant, starring Wings Hauser and Bo Hopkins. This is a very low budget, early 80s, early to mid 80s, 1984. Region A, 99 minutes. And some pretty good practical effects, some good makeup. And the next one is Spine 80. This is Slaughterhouse Rock. It has a music soundtrack by Devo, who did Whip It back in the 80s, the early 80s. Alcatraz for 39 years, it held society's most depraved killers. Now there's all kinds of hell breaking loose. The film is from 1987, all region, anamorphic widescreen. You can see it does have some practical effects and rubber suits, stuff like that. All that fun stuff that you like in these movies. Spine 81 is called Running Scared. John Saxon again. Can never have too much John Saxon. There he is with the mustache this time. There is a very young Judge Reinhold, film from 1980, all region. Has a new HD master, some audio commentary with the director. A good action film. Spine number 82 is called Schoolgirls in Chains. It's a pretty cool cover. They were abducted and violated, but the worst was yet to come. Got a new 2K scan. Film from 1982. 90 minutes, all region. You can tell that guy has some evil thoughts rolling through his head. Get some audio commentary, actually quite a bit. That's pretty cool. You get a featurette. It's a nice release. Spine number 83 is called Happy Hell Night, starring Darren McGavin, who was the Night Stalker and the Night Strangler, and he was the father in Christmas Story. There. This is another creepy movie. Movie was made in 1990. It is all region. You get a new 2K scan of the film. Happy Hell Night. Spine 84 is called Mark of the Witch. It's another cool cover. A college campus terrorized by a killer witch, dead 300 years. And it's a film from, I believe it's the late 70s, but it doesn't say on the back. It is all region, anamorphic widescreen, and it's a 2K scan of the film. An occult witchcraft type film. Next one is a comedy double billing of those mad movie makers and Gosh, It's Me, Alice Goodbody. Sexy double feature, it says. Spine 85. I don't know if I said that already, but you get a new high-def scan of the film. You get anamorphic. Both features are an anamorphic widescreen. And those mad movie makers, it's from 1974. 88 minutes running time. And Gosh, It's Me, Alice Goodbody is from 1971. It is all region. The next one is Spine 86, and this is called Scream. This is not the Scream with Ghostface. This movie was much earlier than that. It's a film from 1981. It is a very low budget horror film. Still, I had fun with it. And you get a 2K scan. You can also watch Maria's B-movie mayhem mode. It's all region. Anamorphic widescreen. Scream. And spine number 87 is called Group Marriage. Claudia Jennings is in here again. We talked about her on shelf 1. She was a very beautiful actress who died at a very young age. She didn't get to become the huge star that she was going to be. She already was a cult icon at her young age. She was only in her, I think, early to mid-20s, maybe mid-20s. But this is a film from 73, all region, anamorphic widescreen. Has a running time of 90 minutes. Spine number 89 is called The Working Girls. And you can see that there's a young Cassandra Peterson. Elvira is in here. Very, very sexy. This is a film from 1974, all region, anamorphic widescreen, 82 minutes running time. You do get some pretty good special features. Look at that. That's crazy, right? That looks like 70s porn. Okay, number 90 is called Blast Fighter. George Eastman is in this film. It's a film by Lamberto Bava, Mario Bava's son. Some Italian action film with over-the-top violence. And you do get some pretty good special features there. Some audio commentaries, interviews. And they have an extensive color correction to the print. The film is from 1984, 89 minutes running time. This is unrated. And that is a cool cover. I didn't give it enough screen time here, so we'll take another look. A barbarian film called Iron Master, another George Eastman film. Luigi Montefiore, that was his real name, and George Eastman was his Americanized acting name. It's a film by Umberto Lenzi. Kind of a Conan knockoff, I guess. The film was from 1983. Region A, 98 minutes running time. Spine number 92 is called Hide and Go Shriek. Close your eyes, count to 10, and run for your life. A little slasher film from 1987. 2K scan. 90 minutes running time. Group of teens decide to spend a night at a furniture store. Does that sound like it's going to turn out well? We'll see. I remember that movie from back in VHS. Another George Eastman film. This one is called Delirium. Photo of Gioia. Lamberto Bava. You get a brand new 2016 master in high def with color correction and interviews, and you get interviews with Bava and Eastman and others. And there's even vintage interviews if you want to watch those, which I recommend. The film is from 1987. There you can see George Eastman getting the lady. And it is Delirium. Here's a film called Mind Ripper, and for some reason they call it The Hills Have Eyes 3, though it has nothing to do with any of the other Hills Have Eyes films. But it does star Lance Henriksen and Giovanni Ribisi, and they do both play a really good part in this movie. And this is a Wes Craven film. film from 1995. And if anything, they were just basically trying to ride the name, the franchise, The Hills Have Eyes, to get sales on this. But I have a feeling this one flopped. But it's still a fun watch. I enjoyed it. It is a Wes Craven film. The next one is Spine 95, and this is the first one with a slipcover. This one is called Beyond the Door. I really enjoyed this film. It's a demonic possession film. A lot of special features on this one. Film is from 1974. A lot of special features, and it is Region A only. Approximately 108 minutes running time. The next one is called Zeter, also called Revenge. What was it called? Revenge of the Dead, I believe. Revenge of the Dead. Which I love that cover. I thought they should have used. Let me pull this out. I don't have a whole lot of room to work. These shelves are pretty narrow, but we'll get through it. But anyway, I thought they should have had this on the slip. That is fantastic right there. The Dead Shall Rise. And I thought this was a very fun watch too, and I would recommend purchasing this one if you haven't already. This cover is not bad. I like that cover too, but I like that one a little bit better. But glad to have them both. So that is Zeter, Revenge of the Dead, and that's Spine 96. The next one is called the Jigsaw Murders, and this has nothing to do with the Saw series. Spine 97. Film from 1988, all region. Next one is a very underrated zombie film, in my opinion. I don't hear too many people ever talk about this one. Alex Cord stars in The Dead Are Alive. Alex Cord also had a spaghetti western career, among other movies, but he did some spaghetti western, some action, some horror. This was a brand new 2016 2K HD scan. Film from 1972. That's a pretty cool cover. The Dead Are Alive. Spine 99 is called Savage Attraction. This is one I have not seen before. It says the true story of a 16-year-old girl looking for excitement and the men who turned her innocence into something savage. And you can tell it looks like it's a little steamy. Film from 1983, Region A. 90 minutes running time. It says it's based on a shocking true story in Australia. Next one is a little post-apocalyptic type film called In the Aftermath. Has a 2K scan. Film from 1987. It is 73 minutes, so it's rather short. And it looks like it has possibly some animation in there. I have not watched this one yet. An angel comes to Earth's aid after a nuclear holocaust. And it says it does have a mix of live action and animated footage. Classic Japanese anime. That's cool. I should pop this one in and check that out. Here is a Sergio Martino film. He did a lot of different genres too. He tried his hand at westerns and giallo and some of this cheesy action. John Saxon, George Eastman in Hands of Steel. Like it's in the future in 1997. There's our boy Saxon. There's our boy Eastman. And it is a film from 86, Region A. 93 minutes running time, and you do get some interviews with Saxon, Eastman, and others. Sergio Martino. Spine 102 is called The Cocaine Wars, starring John Schneider, who played Bo Duke on The Dukes of Hazzard. A lone American hero challenges the might of a vicious drug empire. Film from 1987. Region A. And Bo Duke plays a Miami agent. He's going to clean up all the drugs in Miami. Good luck with that one. Next one is called Twisted Nightmare. I put this one in a black case. I thought it looked better. This is spine number 103. The movie was okay. I had fun with it. It's a new HD scan. Some of the film was a little rough because they could only fix it. What does it say here? It has a new HD scan of the only surviving film elements. Some of it didn't quite clean up as good, but it was still a good watch. It's not distracting in any way. Film from 1987, all region. You do get some special features. A group of teenagers again, they win a trip to Camp Paradise. So how's that going to turn out? You'll have to tune in and watch. This one I had fun with. This is another George Eastman film, Sergio Martino, After the Fall of New York. The cover is not the greatest, but the movie was pretty fun. There you can see Eastman in that swashbuckling outfit. The guy was tall too. I think he was like 6'8" or 6'9", something like that. He was a giant. He's still with us too, Mr. Eastman. Film from 1983, unrated, region A, 96 minutes. New York has fallen, and it's like a post-nuclear Holocaust type film. The next one is called Deadly Dreams, and this is spine number 105. Some are haunted by their dreams. Alex is haunted by his. That's a pretty good tagline there. 1988, region A, 79 minutes, so it's a shorter movie. And we're getting there. We're getting near the end, guys. The next one is called Motorcycle Nom Angels. Nom Angels Motorcycles. This is one I have not watched either, so I don't have much to say on this one. It is a film from 1988. 91 minutes, region A. It says you get the full 91-minute uncut version on here, so that's cool. You can watch it in Katarina's drive-in theater mode. Those are always fun. I recommend if you guys ever get a chance to check those out. Those are fun watches. She's like your little hostess during the movie. It's pretty fun, and she'll do trivia segments and stuff like that. The next one has a couple of heavy hitter actors in Richard Harris and Christopher Plummer. Also has Beverly D'Angelo in High Point. It's spine number 108. And it's a film from 1981, all region, 89 minutes. Get some special features, interviews. You get the original longer cut of the movie, it says. The next one is called Last Plane Out, starring the late Jan Michael Vincent, who recently passed within the last few months, I would say. Like a few months ago he passed. He had been in really poor health for a while. He put his body through the ringer with all the alcohol and drugs and women that he went through in his short career. At one time, he was the highest paid actor in the early 70s, just for a short time. And he was living the life. Film from 1983, all region, 91 minutes. And he ended up, his body started falling apart at a pretty young age. I mean, he was only like maybe in his 40s or 50s, and he was having parts of his body amputated from diabetes and just years of putting drugs through his veins and all kinds of stuff. But he was fun to watch in the 70s. He was definitely a tough guy and a fun guy to watch. The next one is it's a documentary. It says the true story of a modern day elephant man and other human oddities, called Being Different. And it is narrated by Christopher Plummer, Spine 111. And there you can see that it's a documentary that kind of follows the lives of people who have odd, like the tallest woman and the guy that has elephant face and all that stuff. Conjoined twins. Jesus, can you imagine? I mean, you wake up and you think you have it rough, and then you see stories like these guys here. They're conjoined at the waist, it looks like. And then this guy, he's walking around. I don't know how he's even doing that. That's unreal. Count your blessings, because, I mean, it's a film from 1981, all region, 100 minutes running time. All right, the next one is called The Terror Within, starring R. Lee Ermey. He recently passed over the last year or two. Stella Stevens. There's R. Lee Ermey right there. He was in a lot of iconic roles. He played the drill sergeant in Full Metal Jacket. He played in some of the Texas Chainsaw movies and others. He was a good actor. I really enjoyed him. Film from 1991, all region, 90 minutes. Trying to see if there was anybody else we may recognize, because that almost, for a second to me, they looked like Steve Guttenberg, but it's not. At least he wasn't on the back. Spine 113 is called Fox Bat, starring Henry Silva, another fine actor. Directed by Po Chi Long. Film from 1977. This is the unrated edition. Hong Kong action from the 70s. Good stuff. Next one is another Western, which I enjoyed. It's called Vengeance. Antonio Margheriti directed it, and Richard Harrison played the lead role, the lead gunslinger. Film from 1968. It is all region. You do get a couple special features. Spine number 115 is called Baby Needs a New Pair of Shoes. Some Blaxploitation. 7-11. It's a new 2016 scan. It's a film from the very early 70s. All region, 96 minutes. It says you get the original soundtrack. I don't think it's isolated though. More and more companies are doing that, where they isolate the soundtrack so you can listen to just the soundtrack instead of hearing it through the movie. Here is spine number 115 called This Is a Hijack. Neville Brand. Film for 1973. It is 89 minutes running time. All region. About a reckless gambler who owes money to the mafia. The next one is called, it's a twin billing. The Last House on Massacre Street and Wild Little Bunch. This is spine 116. Looks like combined they have a running time of 190 minutes. And it is all region, anamorphic widescreen. It looks like Last House on Massacre Street is 85 minutes and Wild Little Bunch is 105 minutes. The next one is called Julie Darling, starring Sybil Danning. She's sweet 16 and she simply loves her daddy. Get some audio commentary with Sybil Danning and David Dakota, I believe. I always used to pronounce it Dakota, and I think it's pronounced Dakota. Film from 1983. I'm starting to get tired. I want to finish this up on this shelf. 90 minutes running time, all region. So it looks like we have 6 left. This is a very good one. I really enjoyed this one. Butcher Baker, Nightmare Maker. I know this one had kind of mixed feelings. Some people liked it a lot. Some people didn't care too much for it. Bo Svensson and Bill Paxton are in here. I thought this was a good little flick. I would watch this a couple times. Some movies you can only watch once. You may never watch them again. This one I could definitely watch again. Film from 1982, all region. Anamorphic widescreen. Get a new 2017 2K scan and a bunch of other stuff if you guys want to pause it and read it. Just going to kind of finish up here. The next one is called Devil's Express, and this one has a really cool slip. This is spine 119. And here's the inside cover. That's what the original DVD art looked like. And this is kind of an odd one. This was a fun one. It's got all the elements of horror and kung fu and splatter. It's got a little bit of everything in it. Right at the top, that quote by David Brooke sums it up perfectly. A retro slice of true 70s grindhouse, because this has everything. It literally has everything in this movie, and it's a fun watch. There's even some comedy. I definitely recommend Devil's Express. Another one I enjoyed and I recommend is called Ghost Keeper. This is one I also have on DVD. I've seen this movie a couple times already. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a creepy movie. It's got some pretty good special features there. Film from 1980, all region, 90 minutes. Some more Blaxploitation. This one's called Quadroon. The Black Mandingo. She's a quarter black and 3/4 white, but all woman. And that is spine number 121. The Shocking Truth About the Passion Slaves of 1835 in NOLA. Film from 1971. Another one I really like, and definitely watched this one more than once. This is called The Great Alligator by Sergio Martino. Italian horror at its finest, with a big rubber crocodile that lives in sewers. Barbara Bach is in here, as well as Mel Ferrer and Richard Johnson. It's not an animal, it's a demon. That was the tagline, but this is a good movie. These are fun. I love these movies. As cheesy as some of the scenes are with the alligator, it's still a fun watch. I mean, there's times when it looks like there's sofa cushions floating in the water, but it's still, I mean, then they'll show close-ups like that where it looks pretty intimidating. Get a lot of special features. And finally, the last one for shelf 2 is spine 124, and this one is called Cry of a Prostitute, starring Henry Silva. And I know this one was kind of a hard ticket to get. It sold out pretty quick. I think it was only limited to 1,000. I could be mistaken about that, but I'm pretty sure this one sold out pretty fast. I heard good things about it. I haven't watched it yet myself, so I can't really give an opinion on it, but it has a brand new 2017 scan, color correction. It is region A, 97 minutes. So we'll do a quick pan of shelf 2, and I'm gonna upload this to YouTube, and I'm gonna go crawl in bed, guys and gals. If there's any gals watching the channel, I appreciate that. And I want to thank the new subscribers. I've been getting a few lately. I kind of go in spurts where a few days I won't get anything, and some days I might lose 1 or 2, and then I get 4 or 5 the next day. So I appreciate you guys checking it out, and I do appreciate the guys who stuck around for a while to keep watching my videos. So far we did shelf 1 and 2. In a couple days I'll finish up. I think I will just do all the DVDs because there's only a shelf and a half left, or a shelf and a third. I'll finish that all up in the next video in like 2 or 3 days. And then after that, I think I will come over. Somebody wanted to see my 88 films, and I'll probably go through and start doing those. If you guys have any questions or comments, you know, you can always comment down below, talk about whatever you want. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Talk to you guys later. Take care, and I will see you next time.